Right, morning guys. So I've come out this morning just around town. I've got a decent thick fog around at the moment. So I thought I'd just come out and see what I could get. I've just actually come to the local caravan park. I've shot some autumn colour here before and it's quite nice. You know, we're really only about 2 weeks out from the start of winter. So a lot of the autumn colour is gone. It's already dropped, but I managed to find a few trees that have stuck around and got some nice variation in colour as well. So I just thought coming out this morning with a real thick fog and see what I could find. So I've just raced around here and yeah, managed to come across some nice compositions. So I thought I'd bring you along and just walk you through some of these compositions. And yeah, there's a little bit to play with here, I think. So we could end up with a few nice shots and yeah, I'll take you through what I've got here. Alright, so you can see what I've got here. It's just a nice little autumn tree with a bit of nice colour just around here at the top, kind of framing it nicely. And yeah, I just like this, you know, you got the autumn leaves at the bottom that are dropped. They're going a bit brown, but I also like this little branch here. We've got the sun coming up just behind us, so I've got a nice little soft light hitting that, that trunk. Yeah, and just in there, I don't mind that either. That just kind of frames it quite nicely in there too. Just that little, a bit of extra interest. That little tree just in there, and it just frames nicely in there. So yeah, some real nice colour at the moment. So yeah, that I think the greens in the back work quite nicely too. Just in the dark areas, you can see some of the leaves dropping there. So yeah, I think it's a nice little scene. I might try landscape and see how that looks. I think it could work as well. But yeah, I think I'll grab this shot just while it's the light's nice, and yeah, I'll show you the finished result now. So I've just grabbed that shot and tried a landscape orientation. It didn't really work. There's too much other distractions coming into the scene. So I've actually just moved to the next tree. There's two real nice trees here. And yeah, found a similar composition. The light is so nice here, and I think I talked about this in the last video. You know, this real soft, diffused light works really well with autumn colour. You get the natural colours coming out, and yeah, you get the nice, in some of these trunks, you get the nice patterns of the bark as well. So yeah, it's a perfect time to shoot, and you get a bit of slight separation between the, you know, the main subject and the background, as I said before. Yeah, and this scene's coming up quite nice, so I'll show you this one. Real simple scene. The whole, you know, it's about the colour. But I'm just trying to frame it up in a way so I can get, you know, a nice balanced scene with the supporting elements, and just trying to make that work. So yeah, I'll show you this one as well. So this is the composition I've got. I've got you know, beautiful autumn colour here, real nice oranges, yellows, some reds, even some of that green's quite nice as well. So I've kind of slightly framed it to, you know, a bit off center. I tried centering it, and I don't mind that either. I'd probably have to, you know, zoom in a bit, you know, try and just work that a little bit. The tree on the right here, slight distraction. I do like it just the center frame like that's quite nice, and a bit of the fog in the background does work nice. So yeah, do I go like that? You know, that's an option, or let's have a look and see what it looks like. Landscape orientation. You know, that works quite nice as well. Let's just move that back, get the trunk in. So yeah, got these two trees. I had that framed up before. quite nice. So yeah, I think I'll get both shots. I might put them up and tell me what you think in the comments. But yeah, compositionally, it's a pretty, simple composition. I don't think it would really work without the autumn colour, so that's really what grabbed my attention. And as you can see, that just the soft diffused light is really just bringing out that natural colour of the tree. And yeah, just a nice simple autumn photo. Just before I show you the shot, talk about just like my aperture there. So what have I got there? Just make sure that's sharp. Go around, look at the leaves, all the leaves sharp. Yep. So you can see that it's all nice and sharp, and then the fade off, drop off in the background. Is it too soft? Maybe. I could maybe increase that a bit. Let's have a look. Depends on how much detail you want in the background. I usually go for a softer look, but enough to know, what it is, but and not to take too much distraction away from the main tree. And what the soft drop-off does is it accentuates, I guess, the foreground leaves the main subject, so you've got that separation there, just giving it a nice, crisp focus. So, yeah, all right. This might be the final shot that I take this morning. It's actually the one that I stopped for. I wanted to walk you through what I spotted, and I've actually shot this tree before and shot a similar scene. And what it is, it's just this tree right at the end of autumn. It's got a few leaves still hanging, but a lot of the branches are quite thin and they hang down. And so I just thought I'd walk you through it and show you something else that you might want to use. Keeping your bag of tricks for when you go out shooting autumn colour. It's always good to have different options just to get a variety of different images for your portfolio. So let me show you the back of the camera, and I'll talk you through it. Alright, so what I've got here is just zoomed in, I think at full reach at about 400 on my 100 to 400. I'm just focusing in on some of those dangling leaves. You can see here that they're just, you can get them real nice and sharp on a low aperture, or for the zoom it's about 7.1. So yeah, and what I've got behind is just a lot of trees, nice lined up trees that have lost all their leaves, so just giving that nice soft background. To accentuate the nice leaves here just hanging down. So yeah, something different to do. Just really focusing in on those leaves, making it the subject, and not having to take the whole tree. The tree itself, there's nothing really that great about it at this point. It's a bit late in the season, but if you can find trees like this where they've just got some nice leaves hanging, it can make quite a nice little scene. What I do when I'm framing something like this up is just find like a nice little set of leaves, think about how they're hanging. I've kind of tried to make it so I've got this kind of all pointing down to this one little leaf at the bottom. So little things to consider. make sure you're getting the ones that you want in focus, the ones that don't matter so much, that are just in the background, doesn't matter so much. But yeah, just make sure you're nailing those ones that you want in focus. Move around, you might have to take a few shots. Yeah, and think about your aperture just to blur out that background. And yeah, just something a bit different. Alright guys, I think I'll wrap that up there. So I just sign off, I've been told. A bit of feedback from the videos that I just end the video and don't have an ending. So yeah, just got to be mindful of those sorts of things. So yeah, happy to receive any feedback to make these videos a lot better and run a lot smoother. So yeah, I think it's been a good morning. Managed to grab a couple of shots. Hope you got something out of it. Just a short video, just to take you through a few things to think about for autumn, for your next autumn shoot. And yeah, hopefully that helps you, just adds to your bag of tricks, I guess, for going out and shooting autumn colour. I find sometimes you can just get a bit over the same sort of scene, and that's what's pushed me to start trying to shoot different scenes in different ways, go a bit more intimate. I think I might have talked about this before, but it can be hard to find a nice scene that works well with a wide angle lens. So that's why I moved a lot more into the intimate type of scenes, just because it can create it can create a much nicer scene that surrounds the autumn colour that you're shooting. And because autumn colour trees, they don't always come in this large group of trees, you might have to shoot one or two single trees. So how do you make that work? Well, you zoom in nice and tight, and really frame the image with potentially the autumn colour itself, so you make the scene all about the colour. Shooting autumn colour, or shooting in autumn, a lot of it is usually about the colour, so you want to make that the hero of the scene. So I've found shooting in nice and tight, and using different framing techniques can really show off that colour best. And then yeah, like the one I just shot before, this tree just behind me there, when they're losing their leaves, you can also find nice shots as well by just isolating certain leaves. If you get some that have that dangling branches, and it can create quite a nice, simple, minimalistic scene as well. So yeah, always be thinking of different things you can shoot, different ways that you can show off a particular subject, autumn colour, for example. And yeah, I hope to do more of these videos that I can explain different techniques and different ways of shooting. We're leading into winter, so we're only a week or two away from the season starting up here. We've already had one snow dump, so we had snow last weekend. It was decent snow as well. I didn't manage to get up there, but yeah, I really hope to get up there with the camera and take you guys along and do a few videos up there to show people how I shoot shoot my winter scenes, particularly in the snow. I found that can be quite challenging. It was something I struggled with for some time when I first moved up here. So yeah, hopefully I can show you that and walk you through a few things for when you might head up to the snow or be in similar conditions. So yeah, watch out for that. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and yeah, I'll see you soon for the next video. Cheers.